Oh, welcome back to the Break Room Podcast. We got the gang back together finally.
Hey,
finally! I brought my little furry friend back, little Joey.
That's right.
He's got to chill with us for this episode.
Dogger.
I was missing last episode. We had to do a remote because I was in Philadelphia for Head Nerds in Charge Con, which was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I hosted the comedy show for the first night. That was on the 17th. The 18th was the show itself. You know, we had our little adventures. I met up with some friends I haven't seen in a while. My friend Miss Bunny Senpai, one of the streamers on Twitch I used to play with, she lives in Delaware, so I was able to meet up with her in Philly. It was cool. Good times. And
got the Philly cheesesteak out
got
there.
my Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, I did a little vlog from my spot, D'Alessandro's. The food there is like, and it's all cash. That's the thing. Like, you got to pay cash. $12 for a sandwich, but bing, bang, boom. Let me tell you, this is a fucking sandwich.
Worth $12?
It's worth the $12. I don't do any of that fancy shit. Some people like to put fucking peppers.
Ooh,
and
peps. Make the peps.
Onion. Well, I like the onions. The caramelized onions and the cheese is really all you need for the fucking sandwich.
You put onions on a cheesesteak?
I do. That's what I'm saying. Only the onion. Only the onions and the cheese. You don't put the fucking pickles and all this shit.
Pickles?
Yeah, my friend Kurt puts fucking pickles on the goddamn sandwich.
Oh, we're not from Chicago.
What the fuck are you doing?
Don't put fucking pickles
and
on
I was disappointed. He's a chubby guy too. I figured his palate would probably be right because he's like my brother from another. But he was just wrong with that fucking Philly cheesesteak. But I had a good time. And speaking of trips, I believe you got to go see your boy over there, Vin.
Chris, he had his adventure first.
Oh yeah, that's right. Chris had an adventure.
You want to show it off? Go ahead.
We touched upon it the last episode, but Joe and Rob and Vin was there too. They all got to go meet Bret Hart, and
that's right.
I didn't.
And I
get
got
to go
the
to
figure
that.
right here too.
Yeah, so we'll show that off. But
yeah, we'll show it off.
The next week, Mick Foley was at Wrestling Universe as well, so I got to meet Mick Foley, and it was pretty cool. I didn't bring all the swag that I got, but I did get him to sign the belt.
The strap.
Right there.
That's cool.
These belts are really getting their money.
That's very
They
cool.
are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And this is the autographed Bret Hart.
Hold on, I gotta switch the scene for him. But yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
Mick was cool.
Go ahead. There you go.
That's it. Yeah, that's and Joe and I also got our belts signed, so we had him sign that in the pink. He was really cool. And then of course we went to L&B Spumoni Gardens to get the best Sicilian slice you can get in the entire world. And then after that, we're gonna have another trip, and we're gonna fucking end up going to DeFara's. So we're gonna go back to L&B Spumoni Gardens just for the comparison, because Chris wasn't there when we got the food, fresh.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to mention a little bit more about about meeting Mick Foley.
Yeah, let me hear how
Go ahead. Yeah.
I met Mick like
so
3
you guys
times.
know Vince fixing the camera right
he's
now.
a sweetheart. Like, I met him multiple times. I have both of his books signed. Love him.
I see. That's my regret. Is I actually have his book on my bookshelf.
Have a nice
it's
day.
Like 20 years old.
Oh, you should have
And
brought that with you.
I wish I remembered that I had it. I would have brought that, but I did bring the belt. I mean,
The
I'm
belt
happy
is
about
definitely more coveted
because he had that belt 3 times. He actually wrote on it 3X. He wrote 3 times.
That was the predicament that I was in. Do I have Bret sign my belt, or do I have him sign his book? And I went with the belt instead. I just think it's a better autograph.
It's kicking a cat. I think we're good. So what was pretty cool though was he was talking a little bit with the people in front of me, and somebody mentioned, I love your podcast, and he said, I figure I'll get 3 or 4 years out of it. I thought that was interesting, and they were like, oh really? He's like, yeah, well, my career was only really about 3 or 4 years long. So I think he said it was 4 years long. So I thought it was funny that he was kind of putting like an expiration date on it. But very humble guy. I mean, when I met him, I said, you never know what to say, right? I've never actually really done an autograph signing, so I just said, hey, thank you for the childhood memories, and thank you for all that you do outside of the ring. And he kind of he was humble about it. He was almost like, he's like, like he kind of scoffed at me saying that. Which Mick Foley does a lot of good stuff for people. He's always
a humble guy.
He's fucking Santa Claus.
He's Santa Claus. He's the closest thing to Santa Claus that we have. And he
made like a hardcore Santa Claus.
Yeah. He made a joke though. He's like, "Oh, I'm actually opening up my school in Kenya." So I thought that was funny and a little sarcastic joke. And it was what was really cool too was the guy at the Wrestling Universe. I didn't catch his name, but he was sitting at the table with Mick, kind of handling the money and whatever. Rob asked me to mention to Mick Foley that the real life Peter Griffin says hi. I'm like, and he said, trust me, he knows who I am. Which I was like, are you sure he knows who you are? He's like, yeah, he'll know what you're saying. So I did say that the real life Peter Griffin says hi, and he had a little. He didn't respond, but he got a little smile on his face. And I said, I'm actually we're doing a podcast together too. And the guy next to him was like, oh, the Break Room Podcast, and I was just
Nice.
like, I've never experienced that where like. I don't know. They just knew. I didn't have to plug it really
We're
myself.
building a reputation over here.
Yeah. Well, you know,
That's the toughest reputation in Suffolk County.
Joe, you nailed it.
How I got through with him.
I love you. That's
Yeah.
It's the
great.
podcast.
Hey. It's a jacket.
So he
That's
mentioned
awesome.
Rob that you put up a video of the wrestling universe and it got like 500,000 views, and I thought that was
insane.
cool because
him on the
he
map,
was
baby.
like kind of talking about this in front of Mick Foley, which made me feel
Sick.
some small amount of pride. You know.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Part of something bigger.
It was cool to meet him. You know, I find the process of getting an autograph kind of weird, awkward, and transactional. But Mick Foley was pretty cool about it. So
Let me ask you, how many people would you say were in front of you or behind you when you got there?
it was.
And what time did you get there? Talk us through that.
What did it? I think it's. Oh my God! It was actually an adventure to get here. I'd get there because
It was in Long Beach, right?
it was in Long
Long
Beach.
Beach,
Long
eh?
Beach, say
Yeah,
inside
yeah.
joke.
Long
We're going to
Beach,
Long
eh?
Bech, say like gonna make a move. Yeah, it was in Long Beach, which is like a freaking. I think it was like a 50-minute drive.
Wow.
And I'm trying to get there, and I started a little bit late, but I had to go get a paint marker for one.
You should
so
have
I-
told us we had a bunch.
Yeah, you guys weren't around. I had to run and get a paint marker from Staples, so that was one thing. And then I realized I wanted the belt signed, but the belt was here,
Yeah.
sitting right fucking here.
Right.
So I called up Rob, or I texted Rob. I said, let your dad know I'm just going to come pick up the belt.
Yeah.
He calls me up, and he's like, yeah, my dad's not home. And I'm like, well, like, can I meet him? Where is he? He's like, oh, he was like a few blocks away
It was
from me.
Father's Day. He was spending Father's Day with my brother, so
Yeah.
he was at my brother's house.
So
But
I
then
had to-
My
I had
brother
to-
had to go to work, so he ended up heading home anyway. So
Well, I had to convince Rob. I'm like, Rob, can you, like, because I really wanted
I'm
him
like
to
in the
sign
middle
this
of my
fucking
trip to
thing.
Philly. He's like, can you call your brother's house to tell him that
No, not your brother's house. Just call your dad. Say, hey, Chris wants to pick up the keys. Go to the house, get the belt, and then bring you your keys back. But then as I got
He was
to
going to go to
Rob's
my
brother-
brother's house to get my father's keys to go into my house to get his belt and then drive the keys
Yeah.
back to my
an
brother's.
inconvenience for
Jesus
me, if
Christ.
anything, but shows the dedication. And I ended up going to your brother's, which he acts like his brother's house was across the fucking world. It was, a few blocks away, same town.
It's fucking Deer Park Avenue. It's a
Yeah.
goddamn death trap. for
Yeah, it
fucking
was
shit.
nearby.
What the fucking
But
vapors
when I
fucking
got there-
driver's ed course.
Here's the thing, though. This is actually a story. So when I got there, though, they were leaving. Your dad was going to go home. Your brother had to go to work. And I finally met Rob's brother. Now, for people who don't know,
You never met his brother?
I've met him once or twice before, but
Peter's
Rob
the man.
has always connected us in that
Peter's a
I
god
get
among
migraines. I suffer from chronic migraines. It's my fucking curse in life. And so does Rob's brother. So Rob is always like, oh, my brother. And then they talked, and now Rob's when people with migraines like meet somebody else who gets migraines, you want to talk to them. It's like, you understand, because nobody gets it. So I have to get to Long Beach, but
Yeah.
now I'm finally meeting Rob's brother, and we're talking, which it's fine. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna rush this because your brother's the man. I enjoyed talking with
Yeah, my
him,
brother's
Wonderful.
cool.
especially
human.
everything that he was saying were thoughts that have crossed my mind, and so that kind of set me back a little bit. So then I had to go. I got the paint marker, and then I ran over to Rob's house where the belt was. And I get here, and Rob's dad's like, "You know anything about routers?" I'm like, "Fuck."
That's it. He's
And
dead.
That's game
their
over.
internet was out, and I'm like, I have to fucking go, but I'm gonna help out Rob's dad no matter what.
Yeah,
Your
I
dad's
have
the
this
man.
fucking backup battery power strip that if I lose power, it should give me like, what is it, 12 to 20 hours of fucking
Like a
extra power
capacitor.
or whatever the fuck it is.
Flux
And
capacitor.
the goddamn thing turns off on its
99
own
gigajoules?
sometimes. So I don't know how the fuck to make it like not shut
Thank
off
God
on
that's
its
all it
own.
was, because I didn't have Rob on the horn yet, so I'm like, fuck, their internet's out. Rob's dad was asking me to look at the router, and
That's
what
it,
he
he's
had
dead.
in his hand wasn't the router, it was the Philips Hue
Yeah, it was a
bridge.
Philips Hue hub.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
oh,
don't
no,
know
no,
shit
but I have
about
that too, so I knew. So I took a look. I'm like, behind Rob's desk, which is pretty much like fucking reaching into Pandora's box,
Yeah,
to
risky.
find what's
all
there.
the statues up
What's
top.
in the
You
pot?
can knock
Oh,
over.
God!
You can knock over like
Yeah.
$10,000 worth of statues.
Yeah. So I call up Rob. He tells me what it is. I flip the switch. Thing goes back on, It takes like 10 minutes after a modem's because they had nothing, no TV. The modem was out, not the router. So he didn't have TV, he didn't have phone, he didn't have fucking internet. I didn't care if I missed Mick Foley. I didn't care if I missed Mick Foley. My priority was help out Rob's dad, and thankfully it was easy. Then I'm fucking flying down the LIE.
Yeah, bombing to Long Beach.
Yeah, and so I got to Long Beach, and the line was pretty long around the wrestling universe.
Longest line?
Oldest ride, longest line. Woo!
So wait, how many people?
You know, if I were to quantify it, I mean, the line went out the door along the side of the building, down to another thing. I waited about an hour and 20 minutes, I think. I got there at like...
It's about when we waited for Bret, right? It
was like an hour and 20. People weren't really talking much on the line, so that was kind of...
we had a great time on the line.
I was kind of open to that, but everybody was kind of quiet and loners or whatever.
Really? If we were there?
You know what was sick, though? Rob was there.
The crew was there.
People
you
would
should
be
see Joe. Joe's entertaining people. I have video of Joe.
Well, Joe knows everything about fucking everything. So.
Unbelievable.
Well,
dude.
what was cool, though, was every motherfucker on that line had a WWE.
I told you that.
I was the only guy who had the WWE.
Yeah, they had that little one with the logo on the little one that you have on your mic.
Yeah, so
itsy bitsy.
Yeah, it was a bit of a wait. But Mick was super nice. You know, the whole process of getting an autograph is kind of, like I said, it's transactional. It's kind of awkward in my opinion, but
I'm terrible at meeting like celebrities.
What do you say? You know what I mean? Like,
what do you say? What do you hear?
Something everybody else has said.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a journey to get there, and I was a little afraid that I would miss him. But Mick actually stayed beyond when he was supposed to stay.
Yeah.
He posted on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. He said, "I'll stay here as long as I need to stay to get everybody online signed." And you know, he did give everyone a bit of time. So
stand up.
Super cool. You know, really the only other wrestler I've met was Terry Funk.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart too.
He was funny. I met Spike Dudley too. I went to a show, a hardcore show.
I had a beer with Spike Dudley.
Spike Dudley let me dip my ticket in his bloody face.
Oh,
I have a swab of Spike Dudley's blood somewhere. Yeah. So it was pretty cool for sure. And speaking of which, I mean, you got to meet your hero as well, right? Or one of your heroes.
Oh yeah, one of the current go-to YouTubers, Dr. Disrespect. He's probably the biggest streamer I think out there. I'm sure there's bigger.
Figuratively
Dr. Lupo.
and in height.
Yeah, he's definitely tall. He's no joke, 6'8".
He's that tall. Jeez.
Bro, he towered into the room. Yeah, he was taller than anybody in there. And we were in a small room, like I'm not gonna say like the basement, but it wasn't the biggest place.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally winged it. Somebody told me Dr. Disrespect was gonna be in New York City. They were promoting their new game studio called Midnight Society, and they have a new game coming out in July. So basically, they just came out to do a fan event because they didn't have any. They didn't have any material. They didn't show us any screenshots. They didn't show us any videos. So I thought that part was a little like disappointing. But the doc was there. The lead developer was there. The CEO of the company.
Wait, they have a game coming out in July and they have no footage of it?
So it's basically going to be launched as an alpha. You know, it's going to be a play test for the founders, people who signed up early for the Founders Pass. And that's pretty much who was there. So yeah, they did a quick panel. They said they were winging it. Honestly, you could tell the event was just kind of pieced together as a fan event to try to, I guess, not only have the fans of the East Coast meet Doc. Doc has never been to New York, so.
Oh, really? What is he, like California?
California guy, yeah. He's over there in like the Bay Area.
California.
He's a big Warriors fan, San Francisco 49ers fan. So yeah, really cool to meet him. Hung out for a couple of minutes downstairs, got to talk to him. Then he did like a quick signing, meet and greet upstairs. So I waited. We got these dope fucking hoodies. Actually, they gave us.
Bring the hoodie with you?
I didn't. I
Motherfucker.
fucked up. I know. I was on my way and I thought that he knew he fucked up. I failed that one. Fuck. But yeah, dope hoodie. It's got a nice stitched patch. It says like Series 0 founder. You know, all this kind of moniker towards being a day one kind of person. But he was super cool. Meeting the doc, he was very. His persona on the stream is, of course, hyper arrogant. You know, he's really good, but also he applies a little more. I consider him to be like a WWF character in streaming.
Sure.
It's not like his personality. It's an alternate
it's
ego.
A persona,
it's
of
a whole persona.
I know something about that.
You know,
And to the nth degree, it's Stone Cold. It's The Rock.
What?
It's that level of hype and arrogance, I guess. But meeting him in person, he stayed to shake every person's hand that was downstairs. He, of course, was waiting for the meet and greet. I thought I was the last person because the building was pretty cleared out. I left, and there was still, I would say, 150, 200 more people who still were trying to come in. Wow. When I got there, it was a free ticket, and it was no guarantees.
You can't beat that.
So I was like, you know what, fuck it. It was raining out that day, so I just said, what? Yeah, what?
Sorry, I just figured I'd be like the Mean Gene, just hold up.
You want to do the interview with me? What? So, because it was like a free ticket, I was worried, man, there's no, this might be either I show up and there's 300 people or there's nobody. By the time I got there, it was like 2 hours early, and I was like on the first 20 people.
It's great.
And I was like sick. I actually felt like, oh, that's too bad. I thought more people would show up for this. I was kind of feeling like, oh, that's going to be a little bit of a letdown, I guess. And I'll tell you, by the time they were letting us in at 6 o'clock, the line was a full city block and around the corner half a block.
Longest line.
Oldest ride.
Woo! So that was, whatever. Cool experience. Great to meet him. Got a quick conversation. We talked about...
he asked what you're playing, right?
Yeah, he asked what I was playing recently.
That's
I said,
cool.
It's a fucking snooze fest, but we've been playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We did a lot of Elden Ring, so I brought that up, talked to him about that real quick, because that was one of the few
Joe's mad because I played it with Lois and not him.
Shit.
Yeah, he did. Rob backstabbed us. He didn't play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles yet.
Oh, I got a fucking headache. I can't make it tonight. Next night he plays it.
Yeah.
You're almost as bad as Shawn Michaels, Rob.
No.
Overall, it was a great experience. Got to meet the doc. Got some great footage. Got the autograph. And it was definitely one of those things. It's not going to come around all that often.
No.
It's going to be tough to meet him.
Never.
So very appreciative of his time, and it was a great experience. Also, all the people that I met there were pretty dope. Firm handshakes to Marcus there. We see you. I see you in the chat, Marcus.
Marcus, so tell me a drag Paul Marcus.
We do have some people in the chat. We want to talk to the people in the chat.
Yeah, so we have Exacted TV is here with us.
That's my cousin.
Boy Adam.
Yo.
Oh,
What's
is
up,
it?
Matt?
Yeah.
Matt A.
We have Adam AK. Marcus is here, and Ghostbusters Quick Response
Kaczynski.
Unit. I like
Ghostbusters Quick
Response.
Response. Who are you going to call?
I ain't afraid no ghost.
We got to do that, bro. I can't wait to do that promo.
It's funny. That's funny.
Bustin' makes me
Ghostbusters. Hey, I know some Ghostbusters. In fact, I got that HasLab.
I can't wait till you get that.
Proton pack pre-ordered. And what's crazy is they actually give you the clips to attach it to a real Alice pack. So if I wanted to get an Alice pack and make it more movie accurate.
You have an ETA on that?
I'm hoping we get some more news on the sequel.
They are adding more shit.
Afterlife sequel?
Yeah, that'd be great. That was a good fucking movie.
I love that movie.
I just watched it on
great.
Stars.
I think it's still on the table for a sequel.
It's got to be.
I mean, come on. They clearly left it that they're gonna bring the Ghostbusters back.
So you got the proton pack coming, but what did you already
Winston
get? How much shit?
There's a lot of shit on this.
Look at this shit. How much shit do you
this fucking
have? Let's go.
So yeah, I got a new haul of shit because I can't fucking help myself. So we're gonna start off with something that I pre-ordered from Target. It's a Target exclusive. Took forever. This is the Marvel Legends Marvel's Ragnarok. So this is actually not a Thor figure. This is the cyborg Thor that they created for the Civil War storyline, because at the time Thor was off on another adventure and he was not involved in the Civil War. Because let's face it, if Thor was involved in that shit, it would be very fucking one-sided. So this basically replaces Thor. And, he gets torn to shreds, so it's fucking cool. They take down this robot.
Sick.
But I thought it was a really cool figure. I think what I really wanted about this, because if you look at this sculpt, they made an 80th anniversary Marvel Legends Thor, and it's the same exact figure, but with alternate heads, because this has got the cyborg face and then the red eyes and shit. So the other one has the normal Thor head, but what it's missing is this hammer with the spinning action. So I fucking love that, and that's what made me really want it, to make it look like he's actually swinging the hammer to fly.
My CPU is a neural processor,
a
learning computer.
So that's the first one on the list. Next up, Joe, if you want to give me the big box over there.
Exoskeleton. What is that? Oh, that's
so this is Sortor.
Yeah.
This is like the fucking like fire demon eternal guy.
The fire rises, brother.
Yeah, so he's got like that helmet, and Hela fucking takes over Asgard, so he unleashes Sortor to destroy fucking Asgard in spite and shit. But this is like one of the classic Thor villains, and I saw this figure and I was like, I gotta fucking get this. This is too cool. And what I'm considering maybe trying to look into is Diamond Select made a destroyer armor that Odin pilots and shit, and I kind of want to pick that up too because I'd like to have like a nice Thor collection.
A funny scene that I saw for the preview for the new Thor movie.
What's that?
It's not really a spoiler, but it's just like a funny scene clip.
That's right.
So I guess there's a situation where he's near Jane Foster, and she's obviously, Thor in this.
Yep.
And she has the hammer, and he's like whispering to the hammer to like come to him. He's trying to see if it'll come. It's
That's
so
funny.
fucking funny. Dude.
That's hilarious.
So that's gonna be funny.
So I got. If you want to give me the big guy right there.
I'm gonna put the hammer down.
Yes, please. So I have in the same theme. This guy is going to be my next YouTube build. So this is the Mjolnir fucking Lego set. So I can't wait to build this guy. And what's cool is it's got the little Eternal Flame. It's got the Tesseract, and it's got the Infinity Gauntlet. And they kind of like hide in this little compartment in the hammer, but you can display them separate as well. Comes with the base so that you can display it on an angle. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to put this, but I can't wait to build this.
Where the fuck are you going to put everything you buy?
I don't know. It's fucking
help.
A museum.
I need a fucking mansion.
You got to be more selective.
Have to get you a mausoleum.
Which is why I'm rocking my Thor helmet. I actually just scooped this and the costume hammer because, like I said earlier, I went to the Head Nerds in Charge Con with the real life Lois, my best friend Mandy, and she was Loki Lois, and I was P Thor.
Oh, that's a cool one.
I had the helmet and shit with the Peter Griffin outfit and the hammer, and she had her hat with the horns and shit. So there are pictures floating around and stuff.
They're floating around the internet.
I got
fucking guy.
You gotta do a Google search for him.
Tweet him or something.
I'm terrible. I'm a horrible person.
He's a terrible human being. Plays games without his friends.
Deserves to die.
Jesus. You know what's funny with Lego? They always include those like special pieces,
the little Easter eggs and shit.
That's like, fuck, I would buy this whole set.
And it comes with a Thor figure as well, so it's. I can't wait to build that guy. And I've got some more Lego sets to build. I have the Dago Boss set. I have a little AT-ST kit that I got for free during the May the 4th. It does not. It does not. Viceroy Gunray and the other separatist leaders. And then in the vein of Star Wars, I really love this line. These are the retro style. This is from The Mandalorian Season 2. We got the Ahsoka Tano. We've got
did they age the box
Boba
up?
Fett himself. No, so there is some aging on the box that's artificial, but not for nothing. If you're a toy collector, never ever fucking order your toys from GameStop because they put these things in fucking bubble like envelopes instead of putting them in boxes. And when they do put it in a box, they cram it in a fucking box that's too small for the toys. Yeah. So this will be the last one. This is Bo-Katan. I got a few doubles of everything, so this way I would, if I want to, flip one, and
open some maybe, a little breathing.
Maybe open one. I love the fucking vintage Star Wars toys. I know that they're crude. I know that they're not like the best sculpts or whatever, but there's just something so nostalgic and familiar to me about them. I mean, I just love those toys, and I have a huge fucking collection of them. I have one of every individual figure that they've ever made in the entire line, including two blue Snaggletooth figures that were exclusive to the Sears fucking Cantina set. And I also have the rarest of the original Star Wars figures, which is the Yak Face figure. Yak. The reason why he's so rare is that this was at the end of the original Star Wars figure line, and there was what was called the last 17 figures, and it was called the Power of the Force, which is the name that they carried over in 1995 or 6 when they started re-releasing the Star Wars toys. They put it under the same name, but with shittier sculpts.
On growth hormone.
Those last 17 toys were not mass-produced because Star Wars was over in 1983 for all intents and purposes. And kids just weren't buying those toys anymore. So they were getting rid of them like three toys for $1. And one of the characters was Yak Face, and he was actually not even released in the United States.
Can you imagine that fucking bargain bin? I would buy the whole fucking bin.
Oh, forget it. It was only released in Australia, so it makes it extremely rare. So I got one of those guys too, and that's worth over $600 or $700 loose outside the box.
Lucy's.
So
who's Lucy?
But yeah, I love my vintage Star Wars
figures. Is there anything else there, or was that?
That's it. I think that's it for the toy haul. I do have some G.I. Joe statues that I'm not going to show off on this episode because we just got too much shit to fucking show. But I want to do an extra video
Too much shit, not enough episodes.
Right? Too many Chiefs and not enough Indians.
True. Maron.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Betty boop.
All right, so what's up? What's next up on the agenda?
Well, speaking of toys, or collectibles, we have our friends of the show.
Oh yeah, the Rip and Ship Arena. My boy Joe Aprano co-owns the Rip and Ship Arena, and he is the official sponsor, the first official sponsor of the Break Room Podcast. And he hooked us up with this really cool set. I know that none of us are really familiar with Magic the Gathering, but this is a immensely popular card game that you can battle each other and shit. There's a lot of complex rules to the game, but they did a big crossover just recently with Dungeons and Dragons, and we are Dungeons and Dragons fans, and it's cool that it's kind of breathed new life into D&D because of Stranger Things. Stranger Things really put it back on the map. And what's crazy is my dad has the first edition fucking books from like when they were first released.
Really?
And I actually, I have them in the basement here, which is insane. But this is the box set. It comes with some cool art. This is based on a campaign called Baldur's Gate. It's part of the official
it's like
lore of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And while I don't know much about Magic the Gathering, and I really, oh, that's right, he's right over there.
Jeez, don't pull a Christopher Malta.
Yeah, we don't need a Christopher over here.
Not on the rug, man.
Jesus fucking Christ, Christopher.
What the fuck?
What's neat about this box set is that they give you like one giant die. I think this is a 20-sided die, and then they give you some cards. And in these packs, you get like art cards. You get there he is. Who's a good boy? He's just a good boy.
I think 30 minutes ago he's ready to fight Joe.
All right, so I guess we'll divvy these up if you guys want to open the shit with me.
Yeah, I'll check them out. Let's do it.
All right, so I guess
they always have like cool artwork. Regardless, I don't know much about the whole Magic
all right,
thing.
so
I know it's a tabletop
send
game.
3 to Vin.
It's like Pokemon, but it's before
Pokemon.
You take 3.
It's way older than Pokemon. Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate.
What's the
another
difference
good
between?
original PC
There you go.
game.
I'll take 2.
What's the difference between what?
With the black ones and the white ones.
I really don't know, but we're about to find out.
White ones are the good ones.
Find out.
Huh?
The white ones are the good ones.
Maybe, I don't know.
You deserve them.
And
Maybe I
takes
get the
me-
shittiest ones.
Takes me back to my comic collecting, card collecting days.
I don't know anything about
I get a
these.
Michael Jordan rookie
But
card in here.
they're fun to open, and I can't wait to see what we got
I
here.
want to see what the artwork is.
You know, this brings me back though, man. Like the one thing I did, like cards I collected. I mentioned once the WWF Fleer cards, or WWE Fleer cards that came with like pieces of the ring. Man, Pokemon cards too. You remember like opening up a deck of Pokemon cards and like
Oh, I
hoping you
used
got
to love
something
that
good?
shit. I had this binder, and what I would do is I would open up the pack, and I would find out what the
Binder.
Pokemon
He's
number
got a
was.
fucking binder.
I had a binder.
A fucking, not a binder, a binder.
It's a binder.
It's a binder.
So I ended up throwing it in the binder like immediately. So like, if any of the shit was worth money, I probably would have made some good money off it. So first off, I get the fucking Wand of Wonder. I don't know what that means, but that's cool. I get a whole fucking mountain. You see that? I got a mountain at a. It's a mountain.
I could fucking throw a football over a mountain. I got a swamp.
I got a different mountain. Look
I got
at
a
this.
holographic card
I got
in
some
here.
kind of ancient
I
gold
got a
dragon.
fucking third mountain.
Hey,
Look at
anybody
this.
out there know what this means?
These are all
Ancient
fucking
gold
mountains.
dragon? Flip it.
I got the true.
I got 5 different mountain ranges here.
I got the legendary creature, the
got
goblin.
The
shaman.
forest.
That one looks holographic or
Holographic.
something.
Yeah, I got a holographic too.
Got a holographic.
These are all
Keep that one
fucking
good.
forests.
Fuck up the edges.
This is contraband livestock. It's a. It
contraband.
doesn't sound like a holographic.
These are all
but it's
forests.
holographic.
Oh, I got another holographic one. I got the Candle
planes.
Keep Researcher.
See, you guys got
Is
the
ho-
good ones.
The holographic cards, like, are they special, like with Pokemon? Is it, you know? 'Cause
Goggles
this is
of
just
night.
this is livestock. It's
A
not.
Merry Thief.
It's not like a character.
There's all kind of planes. You see, there's all different art for that. These are really
Lightning
cool
bolt.
art, though. You know, like
I
gotta say.
I think card games get like a bad rep, but the reality is they're pretty much slow motion video games.
they're
It's a
tough, though. You
precursor
know
to
what it
video
is?
games.
It's like there's so many rules. The better you know the rules, the better you are as a player.
Cool.
We
This
got
is
a few different
a
island
gold
pieces
holographic
here.
Bane, Lord of Darkness.
That's
Bane.
it. There it is.
Like
That's
Bane.
a
I
rare
like the
card.
name
That's
Bane.
it.
That's a gold holographic. Legendary creature. He's a god.
Molded by.
All right.
All right, so
there we
these
go.
all seem to be terrain cards that I got here. So. I have
white
all
pack
the
is
real
terrain.
estate. I'll tell you what.
I got Mountain
You want to swap
Pass.
a white pack for one of these packs?
I have Master
Let's
Chef.
see.
It's not Master Chief, but it
don't
is
matter.
Master Chef.
All right. Hey,
And these things are worth a lot of fucking money too. Oh, look at that one. It came a little
if
down.
anybody out there is a fan of Magic the Gathering, let us know if we got some.
Oh, wait,
planes,
it
says he's a god. I don't know if it gets much better than that.
Are
you a god? Then die.
I got a legendary creature, human boar.
Yeah, this is all the same shit. It's all different.
Raga Draga Gorgi.
Land pieces here.
Bend over. I'll show you.
Take this one.
All of you will need it. All
All
right, let's
got-
see.
that
What's
way
this
you
one?
get
faster,
something.
because Jesus. Oh, I got a sky diamond. It's reflective
Diamonds.
here. Look at this.
Butterfly
And
in the
artifacts.
sky.
Artifacts.
Hot as balls in this basement,
It's
Rob.
pretty
What do you
fucking
mean?
hot.
It's
What do you
fucking
want from
70
me?
degrees.
70
Oh,
degrees.
here's
It needs to
the
be
art
60
card.
degrees.
Here we go.
It's on 60.
You
but
want
it's
fucking hang meat in here?
Yeah, goddamn right I do.
meat.
I want
like
a
I
fucking
got a-
meat
Wanna
locker
Be
for
like
life.
fucking Frank Severo.
You're damn right.
Karlak
Eyebrows,
Fury
I
of
think That was
Avernus.
Frank Severo.
That's a pretty cool art
We
card.
should get
you
Frank
know, that's the
Severo on
art.
the podcast.
Oh, I got Master Chef.
I got
too.
another fucking swamp. Jesus fucking Christ.
I had the green swamp.
I got the Nemesis Phoenix.
Rob, give us some Shrek.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Wild Mage.
Donkey.
Icewind
Hey,
Stalwart. We got the Astral Confrontation.
Poitier.
Worms Crossing Patrol. Is
You gotta
three
do it in
fucking
Peter
dudes.
Griffin voice.
Here we get the Citadel Gate there. Looks like the Halls of Justice. We got the Black Dragon Gate. Here we go.
I got a
The
Seagate
Hammers of Moradin.
There it is.
holographic
That's
island.
it. We got the Gethzerai Monk.
Yeah. What he said.
We got OG the Exquisite Blade. You know,
Iron
it's a
Man.
stripper name.
Gotta have somebody like explain the rules of this to us
We
one
got
day.
Zevlor
probably pick your character.
Elturel Exile. This guy looks like tentacle porn. He's got
I got
like,
Tavern
look at that.
Brawler, legendary
like walking
enchantment.
hentai. This guy.
Man, I got a couple holographics.
We
That's
got a
pretty
Hardy
Oh, look at
Outlander.
that one. Plain.
Where's the Laurel Outlander though? We got the Hardy. Where's the Laurel? We got
Wonder.
Service Nightmare Speaker. This guy looks like a little
Looks like
holographic.
King's Landing.
He's like a snake dude.
cool. You know, the cards are well made. I
Minch
gotta say.
and Boo, Timeless
the art's
Heroes. It
good.
looks like friendly Kratos with a fucking hamster.
So wait,
Look at
who
that.
here watched Stranger Things? Speaking
It's
of Dungeons
literally-
and Dragons. Rob.
Predatory Impetus.
He's lost in
What is
the
that,
cards.
Drake?
Lost in reading the fucking cards.
He's gonna read every one of these cards.
Yeah, keep
Shield
the
of the
holographics.
Oversoul. Oh, and I get a. Oh wait, this was the art card from before.
Are they like
It's
color
the
coded?
ad card.
Is that how it goes? Is
What?
it like the color
There's
of
gotta
it?
be some kind
I
of
have no fucking
gold,
clue.
green,
'Cause
gold
I'm-
jacket.
I
green
wish Joe
jacket,
was
who
here to
gives a
explain
shit?
this shit to us, but I want to thank the Rip and Ship Arena for another awesome little donation to our show.
Yeah, hey, let
it's
us
fun
know if any
opening
of these
these
are good.
things and finding out what's in the box.
What's in the
fucking
box?
box?
You know, it's
guess I'll throw
opening
these
up
shits
something
in
is
here.
always nice. Do any of you guys ever do like those? I've never done them. I think
Loot
they're
crates?
stupid. The loot crates.
Do you want to keep your cards or you want to throw them in here? It's up to you.
I mean, I definitely want to keep this Bane Lord of Darkness.
All right, so
gold
keep
card.
the Lord of Darkness. You want to keep yours?
take it.
Yeah, we'll keep collecting them. Maybe we'll fucking play this.
Hey, I'm
Catch
open to
'em
learning.
all.
Like I said, it's
I
like a
think the
slow motion
point of
video
this
game.
is that you get enough cards to actually play a game. So.
yeah,
Hey, we'll keep collecting them. Out. You keep them.
I'm sure it's pretty
I'm gonna
fun.
sort out the holographics.
Yeah, there's
couple-
a
Yeah,
There's a
but
lot in
that's
there.
It's got a little hamster dude and a fucking orc and this friendly looking guy that looks like Kratos. I'm telling you, it looks like friendly Kratos, don't he?
Rob, you watched Stranger Things?
I did. I can't wait for it to come back in July.
Yes.
The fucking show looks awesome. Really sucked me right back in to the show. I think it's been a really interesting season. It's fucking awesome that Hopper's not dead. Spoilers, but I'm really happy to see him. Fucking David Harbour is the man. I met him at a convention, so I can personally attest to the man being an awesome person.
Before or after Stranger Things?
So it was after, like, it premiered, but, like, it was, like, a few years ago. I think I met him in, like, 2018.
Gotcha. Sick.
But he was fucking dope. He was sitting next to the guy that played Taserface.
Oh, my God.
Hilarious enough.
Taserface.
And, yeah, that was a really cool experience. That's my favorite part of these conventions, though. I get to meet a lot of interesting people. What's that?
I said you like the meet and greets.
Yeah, I enjoy them because I add a different flavor to them. I mean, you could just be any Joe Schmo going to meet these people. But what I do is I try to entertain the entertainment, you know, and I try to get people that seem
you can
stoic
get away
to
with
laugh.
that though.
I mean, I got the fucking Emperor to cackle, and he's not typically, he doesn't do that. Like when you take pictures with
He
him,
seems like a serious guy.
he doesn't like to pretend to be the Emperor because he's a really nice guy in real life, and I don't think he wants to like connotation that he's actually the Emperor. So like he makes it clear that that's a character that he plays.
Joffrey.
But he did do the cackle back and forth with me, which was really cool. It was great.
No, I enjoyed Stranger Things a lot. I highly recommend it to anybody. I know some people think it's kind of like
there have been some really good fucking shows lately, man.
You know? Yeah, great. I wish I kept up with it.
Do it.
I will
Get on it because they're
the
going to do
fucking
the last
Boys
season,
has been
man.
really good.
Music is really good.
It's another one.
Yeah, let's talk about the Boys because the
Let's talk
Boys
about
is
The
probably
Boys.
one of the best things on TV.
I have not seen the latest episode,
None of us
which is the
have yet.
Herogasm.
Yeah.
How many
But
dick
I
holes are
heard-
in that episode?
Oh my
I can only
god!
imagine.
They really kicked off the season, with some graphic.
You know, crawling, mini
like,
guy
they were gonna
crawling
take the
through
whole
a dick. I
Euphoria
mean, Jesus
dick
Christ!
thing to the next level. I don't know if you guys
You know what
watched
that
Euphoria,
was?
but-
You know what that was? That was their answer to the fucking Ant-Man killing Thanos story.
Absolutely.
That's what it was.
It was
You know, it's
identical
like, can
to-
he crawl into his asshole and expand himself and kill Thanos?
It's the Boys is great because they can
but they
easily
do a
make
dick
fun of the
instead.
ridiculousness.
They don't
of
have to adhere
Marvel.
to the rules. You know, they have their own shit. It's fucking brutal. And I
show's
was just telling you,
They're smart. They know their audience. You know.
I'm
what
glad that
saying?
you finally started Invincible because I knew that was going to be right in the
that's another
same
one.
vein.
Definitely
So
watch that shit.
it's
That's
a very,
fucking
very
crazy.
good animated show. It's like the Boys in graphicness and fucking complete carnage, which is beautiful. I think it's made by Robert Kirkman, who made The Walking Dead. So
Oh, okay.
it's
extreme.
It's
The
a
first
Walking
episode
Dead
opens up
over
pretty-
here.
The Walking Dead.
He's over here
Walking in
dead.
the Wonderland.
Yeah, I think with the Boys though,
Your
it
dog
has they
lost
do a
his
good
tail.
job.
What
Of,
happened?
like the parallels to reality, the ridiculousness. They poke fun at things so accurately that need to be made fun of.
The acting is so good, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's your
like
Homelander
Anthony
So,
stuff.
so they really
Starr as
hyped up the
Homelander.
episode that just aired today. I didn't watch it yet. I know you watched it,
did.
but does it live up to all the stuff that it's getting on online and all the write up about it? They
Yeah,
said that
I'd say-
this may not be suitable for any audiences.
I said it would meet the expectation.
Okay.
100%.
I'm gonna watch it
I don't
tonight.
Two
think it
girls,
would-
one soup. You know.
It
.com.
wouldn't underwhelm, and it's not too over the top. You know what I'm saying? It's not to the point of absolutely fucking ridiculous, but it meets that expectation of like, whoa, like what the fuck? But yeah,
Nani?
it plays on a lot of the reality of, I think, what if superheroes were real or superpowers were real, and it's not through the lens of, oh, they're fucking heroes here to all save us. They have the
When
same
Captain
human
America
urge,
throws
the
his
same-
mighty shield.
All those who chose to oppose his shield.
Superboy is definitely a play on Cap for sure.
Soldier Boy.
They actually have a fucking couple
And the red
of
and the
great
white and the
jokes
blue
in
come through when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Because Cap, it's basically like Soldier Boy wakes up similar
Yeah.
to Cap,
Yeah.
Cross
and he starts learning about all this shit.
It's off the rails.
And
Where
he
the
yeah,
boom
no.
heavens
They're just gonna talk
roll.
over me while I talk. It's fine. Yeah.
You'll
Help.
behold
Help
in
me.
breathless wonder
They're lost
the
in the
God
music.
of thunder, mighty Thor.
Chris, are you watching The Boys?
I am. I haven't seen the Hero-gasm episode. Apparently, it's like a crazy orgy. But you know what I will say is sometimes it is a little gratuitous. But I think I don't know who the showrunner is for The Boys.
Yeah.
But I think he does a better job at leaning into like that. I don't know what you would call it, the absurdity than James Gunn does. I just have to say it. Well, you were comparing it to Obi-Wan before.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
comparing it
Because of
to
Obi-Wan?
Ring the bell, ring the bell. Here we go. That's it. Ring the bell. Bing, 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 bing.
In terms of like knowing your audience, like The Boys knows their audience.
They do. I just think
Obi-Wan
that
looks to appeal to everybody, and that is at times problematic because you have 45-year-old and 50-year-olds. Do we want to just go into the fucking Obi-Wan then?
No, we'll save on that. No, but The Boys, I've been enjoying it
Do you
thoroughly.
want us to start talking about Obi-Wan right now? Because we fucking will.
Because of Obi-Wan?
We'll wait at that. I want to talk about The Boys a little bit because it's been fucking a whole season. We haven't talked about it fucking once.
I know.
It's
All
a
right.
phenomenal
Well, there's
show.
superheroes and there's not superheroes, and Homelander's losing it by the day. I think it's really good. I fucking love Giancarlo Esposito. He's the fucking man.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what?
Too.
I'm glad that
twice.
they're doing more with him because I feel like at first his character wasn't very meaningful on The Boys, but now he's actually he's on the show a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know,
Did the actress who plays Starlight get like plastic surgery done to her face?
you said that. I think she looks exactly the same.
No,
dude.
she
looks
looked
the same to
No,
me.
she looked
exactly
No.
the same as she's always looked.
either she lost a lot of weight and her face
Most
got
people fucking
significantly
do.
thinner.
Everybody that sees themselves
or-
on like screen,
Yeah.
the next year they've lost tremendous weight.
Yeah,
'cause
that could
you
be
always
it.
look
That
fat.
She's
could
been
be
on
it.
screen for a
I
while.
look fat on this fucking thing.
Yeah.
She was
I
on
am
House
fat
of
right now,
Cards.
I
You know,
am
she's looked the
physically
same
fat.
forever.
Fucking
Is
same
that the-
No,
person.
I could. As soon as this episode came on, her face
When
looked
the hell is she in
drastically
House of
thinner.
Cards?
I just,
When he goes
whatever.
on the train tracks.
She's starlighter than
Yeah.
before.
She's red hair. She's not blonde. She's not brown. I bet she's red.
He's saying that. Do you ever see House of Cards?
With Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
I do declare.
It's the same
Because she
actress,
was
apparently.
Now look, Claire. I do
Claire.
declare
I don't
the
know if
egg
anybody's gonna
Claire.
like the Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, well,
Claire.
Kevin, that's the thing. That you can't talk about House of Cards. I mean, he kind of ruined
Killed
it.
that show.
you know,
Talk
killed
about
it.
whatever the fuck I want.
Well,
yeah.
they
Ain't
killed
this
that show.
ain't that
They
kind of
killed
show
the
here.
show.
Kevin Spacey is a
would have
weird
been so
shit.
much
I
better.
never finished that show. I
That's what she
neither.
said.
just vague.
Doug Stamper is the fucking man.
was a
That's
great
all I
show.
remember.
Yep.
She was the actress that plays
All right.
Starlight was on that though. She's
She's
the one that
definitely
checks on the-
heavier in that show than she is in.
Is that you sure?
She was the reporter that
just gonna look it
was
up.
He's
like
looking
I
it
think
up. That's it.
sleeping
Look it
with
up.
him,
He's
Okay.
looking it up.
and
I'm gonna
he
find
throws
out.
her
There
on
we
the
go.
train tracks.
I feel like it's a different one because I know who you're
no,
talking
100%.
about.
That's the
Alright.
same exact actress.
Wow.
I know it. She's I forget her name. She was the reporter. But anyway,
You wanted the food and beverage job.
you wanted to go on TV. What the fuck you doing on TV anyhow? You get calls back home thinking you want bad shit. I only went on TV because I wanted to show it can be pushed
Platform. I'm
around.
known. You can't push me around.
You're making a big fucking spectacle of yourself. No, but I mean,
doing
shit.
this side
You
by
know,
side.
it's really been good. I love the fact that now they have what is it called? Compound V something.
Oh, it's like a temporary V.
yeah.
the temp
Turns
V,
him into
temp
fucking
V,
temp V.
where
Yeah, it's not Kate Mara.
and dude, when Butcher took the temp V
Yeah.
and he got his superpowers and he got Homelander's powers where he has the fucking laser
Like
eyes.
Cyclops. Yeah.
that
Oh,
was
that shit's amazing.
that was great, and
Don't be a cunt.
it's I really wonder where they're gonna go from here. I mean, obviously, Soldier Boy, he has the ability to take away other Soup's powers, right? Because he shot I don't know her name. Who's Frenchie's girlfriend? She never
Karen
talks.
Fukuhara.
Yeah,
What the hell's
what's her
her name?
character's name? I know it's something with an E. Something E, funky or something like that.
Funky. I don't
I
think
don't
her
know,
name
not
is
funky, but it ends with an E with a Y, or Kamoki.
Oh, Kimiko.
Kimiko. That's what it is.
Kimiko.
Kimiko.
No,
Great
that's from
character.
Karate Kid.
She lost her powers.
Yeah,
Right?
Kimiko.
Komiko is Karate Kid's part
Miyashiro.
2.
Kimiko.
Komiko.
Kimiko.
Karen Fukuhara is her real name.
Yeah.
It's Kimiko.
And she does a great job with that.
Karen
with that
Fuller.
character.
She's a mute.
What is it?
She's a mute. So
Yeah.
she does.
But she lost her powers when
No, she was singing
Soldier
in this
Boy
one.
shot her. So I guess they're gonna try to shoot. What's his name? They're gonna try to shoot Homelander.
Homelander.
That'd be great.
Right?
I hope so.
Well, I don't know, but the thing is too, like,
Well,
I
we're
don't
gonna
want them to defeat. I don't want to lose Homelander. He's a great fucking character.
We're not going to lose Homelander. There's no way.
No,
He's
you're
the
gonna
star of
lose
the show.
Homelander, and then
He's
you
the
get
whole
Soldier
show.
Boy,
There's
who's
no
worse.
conflict.
You know, and like
no-
I don't
Such
think
a-
it's like the.
there's not-
Piece of shit.
You have no show if you lose him. He's
It's
the
not like
fucking
Ned Stark dying. where,
Honestly,
like,
that actor's facial
Anthony Starr.
features, like
He's
like
the best mirror
He's so
of
good.
America I've ever fucking seen.
that guy's
Homelander
facial
is
expressions are the
everything
funniest
about
shit.
us. It's so fucking funny, and he embodies it so fucking well.
Anthony
and you
Starr's
hate
the
his
man.
guts. You're just like, I can't not fucking hate this guy. This is like
he makes that
what
show.
a piece of shit.
He's the best.
Yeah, he definitely makes the whole show. And
We all know
what's
somebody
going on
like
now,
that too.
Also, you want to see him unleashed a little bit. So I feel like
Of course
we're
you
gonna
do.
get
I feel like
that
you are seeing him on there.
even more.
You convinced the girl to kill herself.
Yeah.
Him and Kyle Urban,
Similar to Invincible. I
that?
feel like we're gonna get moments like
fucking Billy Butcher.
Billy Butcher.
He's the best.
Yeah, yeah, he's so
Oi, oi.
good.
He's the fucking absolute best of the host. He also makes a show, and it's funny. Who posted the meme of them today? Was it one of you guys? So they were both in Xena Warrior Princess.
I was the one that posted it.
It was
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Yeah, they were both in Xena. It's
Way back
hilarious.
when they're both like
fucking
22
very
years
young,
old.
fucking
funny.
like
It's hilarious.
Homelander and
So, Chris, just to bring it back, it is not the same actress because
That's it.
Kate Mara is not this girl.
Fucking kidding me.
Erin
Then where is she
Moriarty?
from? She's from something else.
But I knew
No,
it
hold
was
on,
a
wait,
Kate.
show me that.
Kate Mara.
Scroll up.
Yeah, definitely different actors.
that ain't her.
That's her. It's Kate Mara.
No, it's not the
This
same
is the same.
person.
Oh my God! So
Don't
where is
even
she
look
from? I
alike.
recognize her from something.
I'll tell you. Hold on. Her name's Erin.
Chris, give me my pen
Moriarty?
back. You fucking smoking it too much.
Jessica Jones, Driven.
She was in Jessica Jones.
Apparently, yeah.
What if Homelander loses his
Kong,
powers?
Skull Island.
So here's my theory: Soldier Boy shoots Homelander. Homelander doesn't die, but he loses his powers, and now he's forced to live
Like a normal schlup.
as a mortal
As a human?
man. Maybe that would bring
would
some
probably
degree of
kill
humility
himself.
to him.
He would.
I don't think he would. I think he would be, but maybe he can get his powers back if he takes Temp V. So now he's like a junkie for the power. He's got to seek, fucking Temp
see
V
that.
or Compound
could.
V to keep his powers going.
Perhaps.
And, I don't know. I think that would be a really cool way to not kill off the character, remove him as the threat, introduce a new threat. Maybe there's a new superhero threat or supervillain threat, and the only person that can defeat him is Homelander. They could do so much with the
Homelander.
character. I just hope they don't fucking kill him.
They could do
I-
alien invasion. They could do fucking. I mean, you could take it to a few crazy degrees that, whether Marvel.
I got
or
a
anybody
fucking
else.
junkie for a wife, man.
I'm
Don't
my-
eat nothing, sleeps all day with them black shades on.
Joe
She wakes up in the
Boom,
morning
it's
with a
so
quaalude,
polluted.
and she won't fuck me because she's in a coma.
So
I
polluted.
can't even have a fucking
fucking
kill
baby
her,
with you,
man.
Oh man.
She can't even make a little baby. Her womb
polluted.
is so fucking polluted, she can't even make a little baby. Chico, get the yayo.
Chichi. Get the yayo.
When am I gonna sit on the back guy like this?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm
just
looking
wrapping-
forward to watching that episode tonight. I do like that it's a show that actually gives you an hour's worth, and then they have an extended season. It's an actual 10 to 12 episode show.
Yep.
It's very good at parody.
Yeah.
They have a lot of parodies. I didn't even realize a lot of them. Like when what's the name of the guy that's really fast?
Oh shit.
I should know all
Quicksilver?
the names.
No.
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 What?
Fucking guy. It's like
I'm gonna have to look
it's
them
a
all
stupid name, but
A-Train?
A-Train. Yeah, there you go.
A-Train.
Well, it looks
Whenever
like
I
they're-
think of that, I think Gears of War. The coal train, baby. It's a smooth ride.
like the whole
Oh,
train.
yeah. This is the coal train.
What about the Ho Train? The Godfather.
Come aboard the whole train.
Oh man, you ever see the video where he's talking to the Undertaker in the ring? He's like,
Yeah.
"I know you, man. We go back,
And I know you like
and
some
I know
hoes.
you like hoes. You know Undertaker.
There
trying
ain't
so
but
hard not to
one
laugh.
kind of pie. Kane and I both eat poontang pie.
Classic.
Man, wrestling is so good. No, I mean they're definitely doing more with their characters. A-Train, they can go a long way with him, because he's starting to almost show signs of maybe there's some good in him. His brother was just crippled or something
No,
like
he's
that.
a piece of shit.
A-Train, well, he is a piece of shit.
Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, that wasn't me this time.
Yeah, they talk about that in the next
I don't know what
episode.
you're
You'll see that shit.
What?
No, you'll see that in the
What?
next episode.
What?
Curious.
And then the deep. He's another fucking idiot.
Oh, the deep. Oh,
deep
my
is
God.
fucking
Yo,
idiot.
him with the fucking singing with the fucking gills was probably one of the funniest things that we've seen in a
Oh,
long
when
time.
when Homelander made him eat the
Oh,
the
yeah,
squid.
Timothy.
God, that was fucking
yeah.
great. That was fucking great.
It's like, why did he do that? Yeah. Homelander's such a dick. He's just like,
I was
just
dying.
because.
The fucking
you know?
ink coming out of his mouth.
That's fucking gross.
I love too. Whenever Homelander gets A-Train, he's always like, "You fat piece of shit."
Yeah.
You're not good enough. He's always just like, "You're fat. You're
Just
slow."
completely
You're
ripping
just
him
like-
apart.
now
It's so
you're slow,
fucking
you're a
funny.
step
You would think that A-Train would have like turned by
Ran
now,
through
but,
him or something. You know, like,
how about that other
Your girl's a
superhero?
hoe. I love my baby mother. I never let her go.
Yeah.
What?
What?
The what was the name of the hero that was Starlight's friend that Homelander just like killed?
Oh yeah, the
Supersonic?
fucking
Oh,
super.
of course,
Yeah,
what a
something.
dick.
That was kind
That
of.
guy got torn to shreds.
Yeah. Man, they're doing a lot of cool stuff.
It's all A-Train's fault.
I'm looking
It's
forward
dick.
to how many episodes is supposed to be in a season?
There's
I
usually
don't
like
know.
10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Because it's only like 5 or 6 so far,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we're like the
Well, they
Midwest.
released like half of it, and now they're
Yeah.
coming. You know, they,
Oh,
Dewey
I
has
hate it.
powers,
I
too.
hope they don't do that fucking half season this time. And no, it's a full season through, right?
Yeah,
I
they
think
said
it's a full season through.
what is it? A
Yeah.
weekly episode?
Yeah,
Is that what it
every
is?
Friday.
They did the first 3, and then they
In
were
one
doing it
shot,
weekly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been doing that lately.
Yeah, they
And
gotta keep us
honestly,
hanging
I
out.
think I
You
don't
burn
know. I
out, bro.
love.
Like Stranger Things, if it was released weekly, we still wouldn't have watched the whole fucking thing.
Would have just.
And
I
it would
like
be- the
just
hype-
getting the whole fucking show at one
Yeah,
shot.
but
I
the
do
hype,
too,
it's
but-
not good commercially. That's why they do that.
Yeah.
They don't give
No,
a
I
fuck
know.
about you.
They want you to
They
stay
want you-
I
subscribed.
honestly think
They
though
don't
that
want you to watch
Obi
it.
Wan
They
would
want
have
you
been
to talk
fucking
about
better
it, and it goes
received.
trending every week. They
No.
want it to trend every week.
I-
I think
yeah.
Obi Wan would have been better received if it all came out at once.
Definitely,
personally.
that was built fucking.
Yeah, but you know what would have happened? There would have been memes about it. People would have had Disney Plus for a fucking day, watched Obi-Wan, and then
listen,
canceled it. That's
As,
not what
as
they
fucking
want.
podcasters, we should want shit weekly, not all in one shot, because then we don't have shit to fucking talk about.
Commercially, it's good.
Yeah,
You know
there it
what I'm
is.
saying? It is
It
commercial.
feeds the fucking
you
feed.
bang out when I watch
Feed
10
my feed.
episodes. I only watch them basically once. Maybe I'll give it a second watch through. When it
No,
comes
if it's
out
good,
weekly,
you only have to
You
watch
only
it
have to
once.
watch it once.
Yeah,
ever.
well, when it comes out weekly and
rest
it's
of your
good,
life. It's a
I'm
mark
gonna
of a
watch it
great
3 or
show.
4 times. I watched Obi-Wan at least 2, 3 times. I watch fucking. I don't really watch The Boys over and over.
No, I
That's
don't.
one I'll
I only
watch
watched it
it's
once.
done.
You can only watch it once.
Yeah, it's kind
kinda
of
like
it gets
one
a
of
little.
those-
Well,
over the
'cause you know
top.
what happens.
Obi-Wan, I want the details.
Obi-Wan, I went and I
Because of
watched the
Obi-Wan?
episode again because I watched it at work on my phone and I had to go watch
Yeah.
and repeat
We're
it.
gonna
So
start talking about fucking
time.
Obi-Wan. Let's go.
let's fucking talk about Obi-Wan.
Yeah, it's
This is
done.
the best
Well,
thing
it's
that's
all
fucking
for
happened in the Star Wars
That's why we're
universe.
here. That's why
You
we're
know?
here.
Rob, kick us off with your overall impressions of the finale and then your overall review
That was
of
like a
the show.
9.6 episode.
That's
that
what I
last
said.
episode.
Thank you. Yep,
That last episode?
Easily
Absolutely.
a 9.6.
100%.
Okay,
It
well,
could not have been better.
hold on.
That
Let's do
fucking
this.
final battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan, amazing.
So good. That's what we
Fucking
really
amazing.
wanted.
That was powerful stuff.
I would say that's the second or third best lightsaber fight in the entire fucking
I agree with
saga.
that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I agree with
Yo,
that.
when he was raising all those fucking rocks and launching them at Vader.
All right, well,
giving him-
hold on. Let's do this, if I may. I want to take it back to kind of how we used to do things a little bit. We go around and we give
Score it.
our rating for. You give the rating for the finale, but I want to know also.
like an overall score for the
So
show.
what's your rating for the finale, and then what's your rating for the entire season? overall?
Like I said, it was a 9.6 final episode. If I were gonna judge the entire show, maybe like a 9.2, 9.3, because I think it's a package deal. The whole story in its finality. Like if you were asking me what my rating of the show was midway through the show, I'd probably give it like an 8 to an 8.5.
Yeah.
But that final episode, tying everything together, really, it tied the room together. You know,
Did it not?
That rug really did tie the room.
Did it
together.
not?
That last episode was what we were waiting
Did it
for.
not?
it was. It really. It was a satisfying ending. You know, it's like, I don't know. It was just I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, there were some plot holes, but what fucking Star Wars story doesn't have plot holes?
True.
Fucking Luke is making out with Leia, and you're gonna tell me that
They
that
kissed.
everything afterwards is gonna be
Quick
fucking perfect?
Smooch.
No, I mean, I think it's interesting what they did with the character Reva, but I would say that I would give it like a 9.2 or 3.
Okay. Nice.
Favorite
maybe-
moments
strong.
and least favorite.
Favorite
about the
moments
show.
was definitely the fucking lightsaber fight between Anakin and
Which one?
Obi-Wan on the last one, on the last episode. Yeah, the with the rock planet and shit. That was amazing. I mean, hearing like the fucking James Earl Jones,
man.
and it wasn't him. It was actually an AI that replicates his voice.
Really?
Yes.
So it actually wasn't James Earl Jones' voice.
They credit him in the credits though as voice.
They did because they actually used his voice.
Yeah. Like a synthesizer or something?
Basically, what they did was they made him say like a million things, and then they can digitally make his voice sound younger. Because if you watch Rogue One, it's him voicing Vader, and he sounds older. So this actually digitally made his voice younger, similarly to the technology that they used to make Luke's voice younger in the the Boba Fett show.
Now James Earl Jones is like 76 and shit.
Well, I think
everything the light touches.
You know what was sick too was like that hybrid voice when the mask was fucked up, and it was you heard Obi-Wan.
But Hayden,
that was amazing.
You heard Hayden.
I love that shit.
You heard Anakin, but you and Vader simultaneously kind of mixed in together.
Yep.
That was fucking sick. And
when he says that shit where he's like, "I'm not your failure, Obi-Wan. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did."
And you could see the look. You could see the look in his eyes. That's what made it more.
Well, that's it.
We got to see way more.
I had to shut
Vader.
the lights at work because I was crying like a baby. I
couldn't. Me too. Yeah, I was,
was,
especially with that Princess Leia scene at the end. Oh my god, I was in tears.
That fucking little goddamn girl. She kills me every time she goes on screen.
I wish they.
And she's my niece's age by the year.
I love her.
I wish they got the Reva thing out of the way and ended the show with the Vader Obi-Wan interaction.
I agree.
And then went into the Obi-Wan
going
off.
And if you're gonna ask me what my least favorite scene was,
the Reva stuff is like cool. All right, it's there. I get what they're doing. They're introducing the character, but it's like
that wasn't the focal point of the.
I want Obi-Wan and Vader. That's what everybody wants.
100%.
And I'm not gonna go into a hypercritical thing. Before we started,
I figure, what would you rate it?
Well, rate the finale, then rate the full.
That last episode's like it's a 9 for me. It's definitely a 9 because it meets a lot of the expectation of the show and what we wanted. It was powerful. You were just gripped by that interaction, that moment with Obi-Wan and Vader, and like you said, what he says is like Jesus. It brings up all of the things we know about Anakin from him being a kid, and you think about all those things and him in that mask. We've seen something like that before if you watched Rebels.
Yeah.
When he fought Ahsoka, it was similar in nature. The mask was cut.
Yep.
But the opposite side, you can see Anakin, and so they clearly could see that would be powerful, and it's the right thing to do because then, the payoff for having him in the suit, everything all comes together. All 40 years of Star Wars comes together in that moment. I feel like it could have been, like I said, ordered differently. I would have preferred to get you said plot hole, so I thought immediately to, of course, when Luke says it's the third star from the furthest thing of anything happening. Do you know that quote?
Oh, you mean Tatooine?
Yeah. What is it?
If there was a bright center of the universe, you're on the planet that's farthest from.
Yeah, so, to me that means it's dull, it's boring, nothing ever happens.
And he's also in the Outer Rim. He's literally, Tatooine is in the Outer Rim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it is the furthest possible. So it fits. It's just the fact
how Obi-Wan got to that so fast.
That, and to have someone with a lightsaber chasing Luke at that age, it's kind of like,
it's a little
I
mean.
would have preferred he wasn't involved directly, and maybe it's just Aunt Maru,
I thought it was worse when they fucking had Reva get to the end of the tunnel before fucking Princess Leia.
And I don't mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say travel time and distance, like in Obi-Wan's, that's part of it.
Well, he's traveling
but I just
at
mean
fucking warp
that
speed.
Luke lives on a boring planet. He wants to get away. His whole thing is about getting away from this boring, no action space. But at 9 years old, he's getting hunted and chased by a lightsaber wielder. It's just kind of counter to this whole, it's very boring and I want to get away. It's almost like, well, Jesus Christ, that wasn't one of the sand people. That was a Sith Lord with a red lightsaber chasing after the kid.
Can I cut in?
Yeah.
Just because, I rate the show very high, when I go, but the only criticism, the whole show that I have, I've never had any problems with Reva or character, I've liked it until just the last I just feel like it didn't make sense. So she was gonna die because of Vader, but then she's gonna just go and find some kid because Bail Organa said in a hologram, the boy. So she goes and is gonna kill Luke. She doesn't know that Luke is. They don't say Anakin's son or whatever.
Yeah. I think
the whole reason she went for Leia was so that she can get to Obi-Wan. Apparently, so that she can get to Vader, which I felt like was a little contrived after it all. Like they just turned her good in a sense, and then so it seemed flimsy to me. So you're gonna go and kill fucking a kid, Luke, in the middle of the fucking desert because of a hologram to get, and there was no connection between Vader and Luke, so why would she do that? And then I just need to fucking really hammer it in the fucking ground. She's crying. I couldn't do it. She's crying. But how can I feel sympathy for somebody that was just sitting there heavily
about to kill Luke.
Considering and about to kill Luke, a child, it was, you're trying to force me to like pity because when she was a kid.
The point of it was to show that she went through the same thing that Vader was going to do, and it showed that she made the choice that Vader did not.
Yes,
to not
it's
kill
one of
him.
those situations where I would say you have 6 episodes. Keep it
6 parts.
Parts. And I thought of it as like a play or acts.
Like acts.
It was all one continuous thing. So when you limit yourself, because that's a self-set limit, why write in characters that need a lot of extra storytelling when really what we're looking for is a continuation and a connection between 2 trilogies of 2 characters we know very well? Like, do we really need to introduce...
Well, she was the catalyst
for their
time? Meeting. She was the catalyst for their meeting. She got to Obi-Wan so that she could get to Vader, and caused them, with the Inquisitors. They are the link, the Inquisitors.
But they focus on it a lot. If you counted up the time that's dedicated to what she's doing and you counted up the Obi-Wan Vader shit, it would be equal, just about. And I would say... it's not a bait and switch, but we tuned in to see Obi-Wan and Vader, so I get that there needs to be. It's good because there's precursors to shit like Starkiller. There's precursors to a lot of different things that are going to happen, and they did a good job, like trying to thread it. But I would have preferred it in 10 episodes if you were going to do things like that.
That's what we always...
I know, we want more. I get it. We want more. But now they're already talking about, we'll do Season 2 if the fans want Season 2.
Well, because Disney is all famous for milking the cow as long as it produces milk.
So
give us an overall...
I would give the show itself, I don't know, I've been told half points and decimal points don't count.
You can do half.
Oh, that counts. That's a professional score.
Half points and
only
points.
rookies.
So I said this in the beginning, before we even watched an episode. I said, I'm going to sit and enjoy this for what it is. And I'm not going to try to nitpick every little fucking thing. And I knew the complications that would come up, like you're fucking with plot in between trilogies that we know well.
There's always going to be some...
Yeah, there's plot holes and there's things you're going to do that are going to piss off the audience. And it all happened and it was predictable, but I still enjoyed it. I still sit there. I'll still rewatch it. I love those moments. So it's definitely an 8.5 for me. It would be a 9 if just a couple of things were different. Like I said, if they put that Obi-Wan Vader scene at the end of the episode and did the Qui-Gon interaction earlier, I really thought it would be a little bit better.
Perfect way to end it. They go off in the desert together. They have a long way to go.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Well, so 8.5 for the whole season, or
yeah.
Oh, so what about the finale though?
It's like 9. It was strong. Okay. It was a good 9.
All right, that's fair. I mean, man, I would say if I was gonna give the last episode a rating, I would give it a 10. I would, except for what I just vehemently rallied about, which is I don't dislike Reva's character. I just didn't see the point of the whole thing with her trying to kill Luke. But I'm glad she didn't. Obviously, she didn't. It seemed a little, and that's the only qualm I have about her character. And you know what? Ultimately, I feel like they could do more with her. So maybe they'll go forward. They will do more with her. But man, everything else, honestly, that's nothing compared to all the cool shit that was in that last episode. I mean, the fight, the fucking Obi-Wan getting buried in rocks, and then,
when he
coming
was tossing
back
the
out
rocks
of
at
it.
Vader, and Vader was shielding them, and
oh my god,
shit,
and
awesome.
just to see, and then like how little by little he jabbed his electrical thing. Yeah, and then he got the mask.
We know that wheeze from his fight with Luke, so it's you're like, oh shit.
I mean,
all the reminiscent.
It makes me wonder, like, why didn't Obi-Wan decide, like, I have to finish him off? Did he think
it's Anakin? He's known him since he's a boy, and it'll never change.
You know, but
even when he says goodbye, Vader.
He says goodbye, Darth.
Yeah, Darth.
Goodbye, Darth.
Darth. Yeah.
Darth.
Well, that's how he refers to him in A New Hope. He calls him Darth.
Yep.
Is it? Yeah.
So that was a callback.
Darth is like a title, though.
It is, but they didn't know that when they made A New Hope because it was a standalone movie.
Yeah. We only learned that with Maul.
Lucas had no fucking clue it was going to turn into a 40-year fucking thing. So yeah, there are going to be plot holes, and there always are plot holes. So
I will say, I'm going to rate the entire season.
Is Rob asleep?
Rob fell asleep. He's asleep. Yeah. I'm going to rate the whole season.
You know if I fell asleep.
10.
Chris.
Giving it a 10. No, you know what? I'll give it a 9.7.
Chris,
I'm a 9.7.
All right, let's pause the room because Chris likes to do this. He gives a score, and then 10 minutes later, I changed my mind. I want to give it another score.
Listen to me, cocksucker. I just changed my mind right now. A 9.7.
That's the last time you changed your mind?
I was 97%
You're not going to change it again. That's it.
I'm not going to change it. I'm fucking rating.
That's it.
You motherfuckers, listen to me.
I
all
need
right?
to know.
Half of these motherfuckers.
Every episode he changes his mind.
No, I didn't change a fucking
you just
episode.
changed your mind again. You said 10, 9.7.
Within 3 fucking seconds, I deduced fucking 0.03 points. God fucking forbid. I'm not giving it a 100 only because of what they did with Reva. But apart from that, fucking, I loved everything. I was fucking happy. I cried at moments. Give me the goddamn mic, son. I fucking cried. All right,
what?
I cried when a couple of moments that were really meaningful to me.
What?
When Obi-Wan takes Leia's hand.
What?
And they grab each other's hand and
What?
look at each other.
What?
The fact that they show love to one another.
Sure.
And then also when Obi-Wan was fighting with the rocks and he was buried underneath the rocks.
Obi-Wan was their de facto uncle, like for Christ's sake.
That's what got him out of it. Was he was buried under the rocks and he was like about to fucking die and he thought about Leia. And he powered out of that, and I thought that was really fucking cool. And then afterwards, when he meets up with her,
as well.
and Luke flashes mine, right?
Yep.
Well, I know he did when he was flying over, but and then when he meets up with her, and he said, "Hello there." They finally give us the hello there.
Hello there.
They did.
And when he sits her down, though, when he sits down Leia, and he says, "You are this, this, and this. These traits that you got from your mother.
Yep.
You are this, this, and this.
Yeah.
These traits you got from your father." And he's not like, saying, your father's actually a piece of shit kid. He's leaving that little bit in her mind. Oh, the other thing about the finale, though, I want to point out, and I think you'll appreciate this, Rob. Fucking, they dropped the ball. Bail Organa should have been the one that came and saved Luke. Bail Organa sent the fucking hologram.
I thought for sure he was going to show up on Tatooine.
I don't think
he should have.
I think it would have made more sense if Reva approached the aunt uncle with Luke and just apologized or whatever and closed it out.
Oh, but if Obi-Wan never went there? No, because he gave her the consolation afterwards when he's like, "No, you brought honor to them."
Maybe do something later with that, but I just mean in terms of the sequence, it felt like it was rushed to get there.
Yes.
And then they were checking some boxes at the end. They were like, "Oh, we got to have him say hello there. We got to have him meet Luke. We got to have him." And I'm like, fuck, I feel like you could have either made the episode longer and chopped this up a little bit. So again, it just comes down to some.
That was the one thing
nitpicky kind of shit.
Bail
story-wise,
the hologram saying,
just enjoying what it was.
"I'm gonna go to the boy. I'm gonna go to Tatooine to help the boy." That hologram was left and saw by Reva and caused all this shit to happen. But then he never went to Tatooine with the boy.
I'm telling you, the writer didn't know. So first of all, I just want to bring up this fact that the writer of the show, the person who rewrote it after the original guy, didn't know that Obi-Wan knew Anakin was Darth Vader.
Jesus.
Just to say that, and that was like openly admitted, and he had to. He was So when he was writing, so this came out because he was, of course, corrected by somebody in the room with him, but when the writer who did the show originally was writing, he did not know the fact. He thought he could play with the fact that Obi-Wan did not know Anakin and Darth Vader were the same person. And the other person in the room was like, no, in this scene, blah, 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 showed him what it was.
Oh, because maybe he didn't know.
So I'm like, yo, you need to find people who fucking know this story as good as the fucking fans do if you want, I'm just saying. So there are some things that I think could be addressed, and I know there's a ton of fucking hypercritical people.
Listen, that's the thing.
I'm
the
trying
hypercriticism.
hard not to do that. I'm not interested. Again,
Absolutely
when I first
not.
started it, I said I'm gonna sit back and enjoy this for what it is, and not look for every little fucking thing to nitpick, because it's gonna be very nitpickable. It's not gonna be like Mando. It's gonna be something that really has an effect on our relationship with the characters. And like you're saying,
40 years of emotional attachment on screen.
Emotional
You're playing with people's deep fucking emotion, so they get their reaction is hyper emotional. So I
and
just
you need to do
predict
that, though.
No, they do. I agree.
I mean, it was so
don't
satisfying
fucking
finally
avoid
hearing the Force theme in the Imperial March too.
Yeah.
Great.
But that's the problem is everybody wanted that right up front. Everyone wants to know everything
everyone
right
wants
up
to
front. And then
Everyone wants to
finish
bust
the
their
whole
loads 5
right,
minutes.
they
in.
want you have to work towards the finish. You got to create a situation where people are like, "Well, why are they doing X, Y, and Z?"
Seeing him in the fucking castle on Mustafar with the fucking Imperial theme, man.
So cool.
All right, you fucking Gakudones talked enough. It's my fucking turn.
All right, tell us
Jesus
what
fucking Christ.
What do you rate it?
Final finale. I agree with Rob. I texted it to you guys. That was my score, 9.6.
Okay, yep.
Overall, the entire 1 through 6 parts, I would give it a 9.1. A couple things that I would change, and I am actually, oddly enough, agreeing with you that Reva's...
Say it again?
Yeah,
What?
I'm agreeing with Sweet.
We agree pretty often. The only thing we disagree
sweet
about
enough.
is fucking Shawn Michaels.
Because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The brown suit.
So I agree that they should have left the Darth Vader Obi-Wan fight as the final big scene before they did all the fluffy stuff with him meeting the kids and him going hello there and him telling Leia about giving her the holster and things like that. I would have also switched it to where at the point where she finds the hologram, like she's crawling for it, right? Because she just got fucked up. Where's the other Inquisitor? The guy that was in Fast and the Furious. Where is he?
Oh yeah, that's true.
He disappeared.
I didn't even
They
think
couldn't
about
afford to
that.
keep paying
The guy
him.
with the hat.
Yeah, where is he?
The
Fucking
samurai
his
brother.
dude.
Yeah, Kung Lao. Where's Kung Lao? Kung Lao.
He was fucking.
He's gonna be in Rebels. That's it. That's
So
all
what
know.
I would have had is I would have had him find the hologram and him get wind that he should go to Tatooine and hunt down Luke. And then Reva comes to her senses and fights him on Tatooine and protects Luke.
Only
and
I thought he
saves
was going to
Luke.
be the one that
Only
stopped
issue
her.
with that is that character is in Rebels, which is post.
Right, you
so
can't
couldn't
kill him.
Couldn't
off.
kill him, but she could have beat him up and just did something.
He
But
could have killed her.
He couldn't know about Tatooine. Like that's like.
Oh, really?
Like if he knew, he's still part of the.
But they didn't even give him a send off.
It's
They didn't
true,
give
it's
him
true,
a.
you're
They
right.
didn't give him a.
Yeah.
I
It
thought
would've
they were
been
bull
cool
enough
if
to a
they
fight.
They
Like,
confront
they
each
didn't-
other because their conflict.
Yeah,
was
their
the
conflict.
biggest
They had a
conflict.
conflict
Yeah.
since the first fucking
I
part.
mean, it's
And
and then
possible
there was
they
no
had a
interaction
season
with
two.
them at all.
It would have
It's true.
made sense if she had to kill him because he figured out that she was still plotting
against Vader, something like that.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
there was
He
nothing
just,
to
he
that.
disappeared.
So I mean, that
Why is it 10
aside,
episodes?
Then again, they did
Here we
they
are.
did stab her in the chest and leave her to die. So
Was
you
he
know.
there? I forgot.
Was he with the Grand Inquisitor?
He must have been. I
No.
don't
But
remember
I
seeing
like
him.
see that's what I wanted to fucking mention. All right,
Grand Inquisitor.
everybody was bitching about the Grand Inquisitor. Oh, he was so great, and then there's fucking
Oh, you
killed
did
him.
call that.
And then
You
guess
did
what?
call
They
it.
fucking brought him back.
You did call
so you
that.
just got to let the
know it
fucking
'cause he's
plot
in
play
Rebels.
out. People
already-
have to let the fucking plot
Give him the
build
mic.
and play out. You got to make them
It's
want.
true. Everybody's
fucking
a fucking baby. They want instant
let
gratification.
it play out.
Well, that it goes
What?
back to Rob's point about releasing the whole thing at once, maybe. Because it wasn't 10 episodes and it wasn't even 6 hours. I think if you
Right.
counted it up, it's
Yeah,
fucking
4 hours and change.
three. It's like a long movie. It's like
Yeah.
Titanic.
Yeah.
It's definitely not.
You would have
something
left
that you would have
less
just.
room for criticism.
It would have been.
Sure.
It
You
would
would
have
have binged it, and you would have known everything.
I don't have a
and
whole
then-
lot of criticism aside from that one part where I thought that was like the biggest missed opportunity to
true.
the fact that
I
they
didn't
didn't
even
have
think
no
of that.
interactions or anything.
You're right.
And they had beef and they had conflict the entire show, and then there was
Season two?
nothing.
Maybe season 2.
I also thought
So-
it would have been cool if. I didn't love the way the Emperor looked in the hologram.
He's old, dude.
Well, he
Guy's
looked-
like 80 years
his
old.
age was
I know.
showing, but
I would have
mean,
preferred he was a little bit more
old, the hood a
shrouded
little
or
bit more?
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's fucking
Yeah,
old
could have
and
done
everything we
Shadow with
see
the
him in.
glowing eyes.
Just
you know?
something a little more to what we
Obi-Wan
have seen in
means
nothing.
I loved seeing him
Empire.
though. I loved
Sure.
seeing him.
Yeah, he did hit us with that.
I almost broke the table at work when he showed up. I was in the room.
on this
yeah.
matter
Oh
are
my
clear.
God, I popped for that.
I knew you were
I
gonna
also
fucking
thought that
pop.
would have been a good opportunity for him to say Obi-Wan is insignificant because that's one of his words.
Right.
It's insignificant. It's
Like
the power. Of
he's
the
but
dark
he's
side.
it would just to me it would be a sign of his over arrogance because Luke says
Your
that to him.
insignificant
Your arrogance
rebellion.
is your weakness, right? Is that
Your
the-
faith in your friends is yours.
It was I who
I just
allowed
thought it
the
would have
Alliance to know the location of the
So
shield generator.
Again, it would be more like tweaking
legion
the
of my
writing,
best
like
troops
just
await.
little. I feel like Filoni's better at that shit. You know what's funny? Actually, speaking of this shit, I was commenting on Star Wars Theory, YouTube, and then somebody like called us out about something we said about Star Wars. Yeah, they were like, we have you on record saying blah blah, and I was like, saying what? And I was trying to like get them to say it, but the fucking chat was moving so quick, I couldn't see if they responded to me.
Something good or something?
I don't know. They just said we have you on
speaking
record
of chat, we have anything from our chat?
Not too much going on in the chat today. Yeah.
None for you, Higgins.
If you want to leave your thoughts though, on
yeah,
Obi-Wan.
what would you guys review Obi-Wan? Give us your scores.
Joe, what else? Do you have any other qualms about it, or what was your favorite?
So I don't. Favorite part is the little kid, like little Leia. She stole the show for me.
Definitely made the show.
She made my emotions like fucking come out more than any other character in the show. Also for me, when Obi-Wan cracks Vader's helmet, and he says, "Anakin, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
And I thought his acting there was just amazing. So so genuine, so like really, really well done.
Yeah. I mean, what else can you say too? You know,
it's so good. It's just so good. Both of them. I think there's a huge want now for more Hayden Christensen. So maybe, you know,
did a great job.
Ahsoka.
We talked about like a Darth Vader show vaguely on the show. I don't necessarily know if I want that, because Darth Vader, every scene that he was in this, you know, Obi-Wan show meant something, and it was powerful. If you overexpose him, it's going to lose the impact. It's going to lose the meaning.
Yes,
you
the
know,
mystery of it all, the kind of the shrouded darkness.
Yeah, I don't know if I want a standalone Darth Vader show, but I think they could do a show on Coruscant with the kid and see her growing up as a teenager and becoming a senator, and I was going to say, more there. There's more there that meets the eye.
10 years from now, they'll have a show where she stars as Leia that takes place.
Get Millie
in that
Bobby
gap.
Brown or something to play her.
Nah, they'll have the same
Millie
girl
Bobby
player.
Brown?
I think.
Oh yeah,
fucking Levin from Stranger Things.
I don't know.
She looks a little like Princess Leia.
You say Bobby Brown, I'm thinking
Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she looks like. I think she looks more like Amidala.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Millie Bobby Brown would play like a good teenage
Padme.
Amidala. But I don't know if I would go with the Darth Vader show, but it'd be cool. Padme? Since they started this whole.
The other thing too, before you go into that, if they do a season 2 of Obi-Wan, I don't want another interaction with him and Vader.
No.
So they have to be like chess pieces where they're just constantly like maneuvering around each other. But that you cannot like just leave it alone.
Here's
what I want them to cave into like the fans like demands. Leave it alone. You did it right. Leave it alone.
I have a way
I'm
to
fine with
carry
the
that
season
on.
2. I just want to say to that point, they could do like a Cold War, like a proxy war, where maybe they're not directly interfacing with each other, even knowingly, but there are events transpiring that they're both involved in.
They're all alternatives into fighting.
Pawns that are colliding.
Yeah, like think
It'd be
Cold War in Argentina,
like
or
protection
whatever,
in the Dune Sea or something against
Joe's,
like Jabba the Hutt or some shit, solving like local problems on Tatooine.
Because what's next is the destabilization.
I don't want fucking Boba Fett, fucking Obi-Wan. I don't need that. I would say if you want to go with the Vader thing, to your point, I think it would be a good idea, because now I feel like what happens between Vader and the Emperor is Vader can't operate on his own, and he has things he wants to do. So the Obi-Wan thing, this and that. I feel like now's a good time to start the Vader apprentice story arc, the Star Killer.
Like there's
cloning.
He's keeping him too tight on a leash, and Vader wants to,
and that's kind of how it goes. Because in
maybe
the
they
comics,
have disagreements.
Yeah, he's always either asking him to let go of shit, whether it's things he wants to get done or decisions he thinks he should make. And I feel like now would be a good time to start that division, because now you could tell a story about a Vader apprentice type person.
So you want a Vader show,
but without having Vader in every fucking episode.
A Star Killer show would be cool.
I would love to see.
You could
do
something
have to finish
like
the
that.
story of the Inquisitors as well.
Because all the Star Killers are actually clones, and that would feed off of the story arc they're talking about in Bad Batch, and the whole Palpatine fucking Rey thing. If they really want to, keep breathing life into that thing. So I feel like that would be a cool way to tell a Vader story without always revealing Vader. I would hate that. I don't want to see everything.
Oh man, but I have to say though, when he did the scream at the end where he's like Obi-Wan, you never hear Vader. Like first of all, Vader always loses his temper. I'm not saying you never see him lose his temper, but You've never heard Vader scream except
That's not Obi. That was like Anakin. Like that was like
yeah, he's Obi-Wan.
that was an Anakin. Like,
and that's why the Emperor says what he says because he's like,
I hate
your
you.
feelings are you're not being Darth Vader right now. You're being Anakin right now.
Yeah.
That's more or less what he says to him.
Cut the shit, kid.
Yeah, like,
Let's get back on game plan.
We have a whole fucking empire. We run the whole galaxy. Who cares about this fucking Obi-Wan?
Well,
guy?
There's a lot
Vader
of story
grooming
that they
other
could tell. There's a lot of ways
apprentices.
that they can go into this. I mean, they could start, a show about the formation of the Rebel Alliance. There's so many different things that they can,
I wanted to see, and I didn't think it would be right now, but I wanted to see Ahsoka and Obi-Wan interact again. So either if I get that in her
That
show,
would confuse fans too much
what
because
the fuck do you mean?
it would confuse fans because you
No,
have, you
it
have two
would confuse
timelines. You have
dumbasses.
Ahsoka in Mando and Ahsoka in Obi-Wan. So now you got two different.
No,
Ahsokas.
yes, because she's a kid. In Obi-Wan, she would be.
Yeah,
it's only
I
10
just-
fucking years we've established. This is not like 50-year gaps. This
And in
is
10
literally-
years, Ewan
she was-
McGregor turns into Alex Guinness.
Ahsoka was a kid.
Yep. I mean,
Ahsoka
living on
was
a
a kid.
desert planet, dude takes skin,
Basically
be hard
a
to pull off.
teenager. What do you mean? I don't understand how they'd be hard to pull off. They're
Seems
the
like people
only
in
two
Florida.
people that knew Anakin that are still like alive. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
their
Moss
interaction.
Eisley Spaceport. You will
You'll
never
never
find
find
a
a
more
more
wretched
Just don't
hive
watch a
of scum
fucking
and villainy.
cartoon. So
We
these
must be
three
cultured.
have no idea about the most important elements of Star Wars and the story.
I
and
get the connection. I'm
Watch
just
your
saying.
step.
I think
Yeah, you gotta
having
watch it.
two
Be a little rough.
versions, a slightly younger, the version that we have in Mando.
already
People are gonna
have-
be like, "Wait, what timeline are we on?" It would.
So
confuse
what is
people.
next? We have Andor, we have
Ahsoka.
Mando season 3, and we have Ahsoka.
Ahsoka's like, I don't know if Endor's before it. I
Super
think Endor's
Ahsoka?
before it, and then Ahsoka's
Ando's before it.
in August or something.
Andor. It's Andor, not
Andor.
Endor.
What is
Endor.
it? What is
It's
that?
about the
Spelled
guy
Endor,
from Rogue One.
though. Is it spelled
Chris
Endor?
hates Rogue One.
Andor, not
Andor.
Endor.
Andor.
Andor.
Andor. Yeah.
The moon of Endor.
The
Why do I
forest
fucking feel
moon
like
of
they said the moon of
Endor.
Endor?
No.
That'd be would that be a Wookiee movie?
The forest moon
Wookiees
of
aren't
Endor?
from Endor.
Oh, no, those
No,
are
those-
they're from
those-
Kashyyyk.
Yeah, yeah. But they were
No,
on
it will
Endor,
be the
though, right?
Ewoks. The
Ewoks.
Ewoks are from Endor.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, those are Jawas.
I'm gonna
yeah,
watch
yeah.
Return of the Jedi and record them saying it. I'm gonna
What?
send it to you.
Willie
guys.
Wicket,
Wicket W. Warwick.
Endor.
Yeah. And
Oh,
Chief
man.
Logray.
Wicket smart.
So do we want Obi-Wan season 2,
Yes,
Rob?
absolutely.
I think it would be interesting, but I feel like if they left it the way it is, it's
I
a
would be
perfect
fine with
ending.
that too. Be fine.
I don't need any more.
We're greedy. We're
Honestly.
selfish.
I
Star
want
Wars
more.
fans
In fact,
are
I
the
was
most
holding my breath
hypocritical.
when they made this show because it could have went south very quickly.
They're gonna do it. It's
They
money on
nailed
the
it.
table. They're not gonna leave money on the table. It's Disney. Come on, man.
Well,
No, I
here's
know.
the
I'm
thing:
just
you
asking,
have
do
to
we want it? How are they
capitalize.
gonna
If they make a season 2, I want Dave Filoni at the helm. I don't want to hear
Yes.
shit.
Agreed.
You have to capitalize on Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen still being young enough and
'Cause it would
capable.
be, it would be
and
interesting
willing.
for Obi-Wan to use the Force somehow to like get like the remaining Jedi to like help with the creation of the Rebel Alliance, like
Yeah.
to see like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
formation of the
That's what I want.
alliance, and
That's what I want.
like that would be cool.
And I want
Vice
more. I
versa.
want more Leia on Coruscant. I want more of that.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah. And maybe you get to see where Luke meets Wedge Antilles, and you could see how they become friends and stuff as kids and things like that. There's a lot of stories that they can tell with the season 2.
It's not like are there stories like how they fucking tell them.
And fucking Qui-Gon, man,
Yeah,
that was
that's
amazing.
what I'm saying. There's a lot that they could tell. What are they talking about? Like,
do you
they've got
mean?
a whole long walk. He says we have plenty to talk about.
Well,
What are
I
they
mean,
actually
he has
Well,
a
he's
lot
going
to
into-
talk
since
about.
He's
fucking
going
the
into the
end of-
Dune
yeah,
Sea.
everyone's
is
been
Literally,
what
the
they're
rest
doing.
of the
Since we've
prequels
seen
he
the
has to
prequels.
talk about
Yeah.
with him.
We've all said that too. It's like
I called that, by the way, before we watched the first episode of Obi-Wan. You said, "What do you want from this show?"
Said
And I
Qui-Gon.
said Qui-Gon Jinn, and I got it. And you said the Emperor, and you got it.
Right at the
Yeah.
end, and that's why I actually liked the
They
order
checked
that
a
they
lot
did
of
everything.
boxes.
Yeah.
I appreciated the order because I
If the
didn't.
Emperor showed
I
up in the
forgot
beginning, it
about
would've been-
Qui-Gon, and then
Right.
last second he pops up.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
the
don't
way
like
you
the
end
way
it,
that
though.
they-
That's
I
the
don't
way
like
you
the
end
way
it with
that
him.
we also called it too. While we're giving ourselves
Yeah.
our
Yeah, pat on the
flowers
back.
here.
Yeah.
We did call. I mean, it seems so obvious now, but we didn't know at a point that Reva was a youngling that survived.
Sure, we did
I had
call
a
it.
feeling that
So
it was.
we all kind of knew, but we called it. You know what I mean?
Someone who's really like, politicking like hard on social media is Samuel L. Jackson. He really wants to play Mace Windu again.
Man,
I would
you
love
put
to
him
see
in
a
season
return
2.
from fucking Mace
Right?
Windu.
I mean,
There's
you
no
can-
way he
Motherfucker.
didn't survive going out the window.
Yeah,
Motherfucker!
I mean,
Mace
he was-
Windu.
Look, if Reva could
One
survive
of-
a fucking sword to
If
the
everyone-
chest,
yeah.
and the Grand Inquisitor,
If everyone
and the
can
fucking
survive-
Darth
sheriff
Maul
guy
gets cut
from
in half,
Mando, and
Anakin
Fennec
survived the
Shand.
fall.
Boba Fett's in the fucking
He
pit.
survives
Come
off
on.
of motherfucking power.
The Emperor fell.
Yeah.
Who else fell? Yoda fell. Luke fell.
Mace Windu would be the first person to die once.
Motherfucker!
Yeah, I would go for.
They could do so much. I mean, oh man.
Just has to,
what if Reva finds,
Coruscant ain't no country
so
I
much
ever heard of. They speak English in Coruscant?
That's
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
They speak basic in Coruscant.
Surprisingly, they do. They speak a lot of English all over the galaxy.
Basic. They speak basic.
They speak basic.
That's what the language is called.
Basic, bitch.
I'm basic. It makes sense. English is the most.
Taught us balls in this fucking basement.
That's the language. The official language in Star Wars called basic.
So what else do we got coming?
Hotter than a hell horde in
So
church.
coming
in this
up,
basement.
do you guys have anything coming up before I drop what I'm doing?
I'd like to fucking play Ninja Turtles, you piece of shit.
All right, so we
That's
can still
one
play
thing.
Ninja Turtle. I haven't played it on the Xbox yet.
No, but I want to play a 6-person Ninja
All right,
Turtle.
so we can, I haven't played that yet. I've only played 2-player with Mandy so far, so you don't have to be too butthurt.
Fucking selfish bastard.
I'm down
I
to play
bought the
that,
fucking
man.
game. I wasn't gonna keep waiting.
Ninja Turtles looks good. I'm also just really quickly going to get this in here. The new Elder Scrolls Online update is fucking great. They introduced a new card game. I love it. But while we talk about upcoming things, from the Dungeon Podcast, friend of the show, he's been with us since like the very beginning. He's usually here. He might be watching us now. Maybe he's watching us later. But Mr. Rotten he's been with us for a while. We really appreciate him, and he reached out to say, "Hey, you want to come on my show sometime in July?" So I think it was a Wednesday, July 11th, 13th. I feel like it's 13th. It's a Wednesday. Yeah, pull up the calendar there. Yeah, 13th. Wednesday, July 13th. See, I went. Nice. My God, a couple of days after my 31st birthday.
Jeez.
I'll be going on From the Dungeon Podcast. I don't know what we're talking about, but whatever. Looking forward to it.
That's cool.
If anything, just to thank him for being, one of our loyal.
We get Rob on Slaughterhouse podcast.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Somebody reached out to us once in the past, right, about doing a podcast.
Yeah, we got to reach out to them and let them know.
Reaching out
them point blank.
Just go on Twitter, be like, "Yo, I'm ready."
It's like the United Nations over
touching
here.
you.
Rob wanted me to ask Mick Foley to come on our podcast. I wasn't brave enough. Yeah.
Foley, you want to be on our show?
Yes.
We'll put you on his podcast. Foley is Pod. Shout out to that podcast.
Maybe they would care about yours, but
what I got coming up. So Eternal Con is going to be July 2nd and 3rd. That's going to be at Hofstra University on Long Island here.
Hey.
So if anybody's local, they're more than welcome to come through and come see me. And I do have a promo code for 20% off the ticket price. It's EC as in Eternal Con 22 RLPG. So that's EC 22 RLPG, and that will get you 20% off your ticket price, which is pretty hefty. I was expecting maybe like 5 to 10%, but no, 20% is pretty generous.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cool show. Lee Majors, who played the $6 Million Man,
Stone Cold,
and Lindsay Wagner, who was the Bionic Woman, then Sam Jones, who was Flash Gordon, is also going to be there. And her name escapes me right now, but the girl that plays the Forge Master on Mandalorian is also going to be there.
That's right.
So I'm probably going to have her sign my action figure.
This is the way.
The retro style action figure.
That
would be pretty cool. I'm getting quite the autographed action figure collection.
You are
these days. I mean, already I've gotten Sergeant Slaughter to sign a bunch of my toys. I got Jake the Snake Roberts. I got fucking Bret Hart now. So
on your way.
I'm getting all my toys signed, but
when is Eternal Con,
to hang them up. It's July 2nd and 3rd, so it's actually next weekend.
It's coming right up. What day?
A week from tomorrow.
Are we skipping an episode, or are we still?
No, we're gonna still do the episode, but what's gonna be cool, supposedly, I don't know, nothing's.
Are you
solid.
going to that?
I'm gonna be there.
Vin will be joining me.
I'm gonna have to go to that because I'm off the whole week. I'm off July 1st to July 8th.
Come on, you gotta go.
I have to go to that.
Through.
Okay,
but
business cards.
I can't wait. It's gonna be cool. The real life Meg may be coming through. I'm not sure. She hasn't.
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, Meg. You're not welcome. But I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna do an episode next Friday. I could possibly be on the news depending on what stations are interested in shit. So between Wednesday to Friday, I could be on a few different news sources doing
again.
I can't fucking avoid the news, but at least I don't go on the news for killing people.
The second time they gypped you because they fucking replayed old footage. They didn't.
What do you mean?
There was the two you were on two times.
I was on the Inside Edition, but they did do a new interview. They did an interview the first time at the Palisades Mall, but this time I did a virtual interview, and then they used some of the old stock footage to show me walking around. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, it's their footage, so why the fuck not use it? Yeah. I've certainly used old footage before. But, yeah, so that's basically what I got coming up. After that, mid-July, I'm going to be doing Garden State Comic Fest at the Men in Sports complex. And then I don't have anything, I believe, until... Well, I want to attend, but I'm not going to, like, as a guest, is Terrificon. That's at Mohegan Sun. There's going to be a lot of G.I. Joe voice actors from the original cartoon.
When's that?
I'd like to get them to sign my Foot Locker. That's going to be, I think, the last weekend of July. So it's like July 20-something.
That's in Connecticut, right?
Pull up the calendar, Vin, real quick. So it's the 23rd and 24th of July, for sure. And I'll definitely want to take a ride out there. I don't know if I'm sure I don't have the money to fucking get a hotel or something.
Little blackjack, little roulette.
It would be nice.
It would be nice to be able to stay over for the night. But after that, I got Bonsai Con. That's going to be October 1st and 2nd.
Texas.
And that's in South Padre, Texas. And then New York Comic Con will be the next weekend after that. So I got a busy October, because I think the weekend after that's like my birthday weekend, because my birthday's October 20th. 10/20.
Social Security number is...
Bada bing, bada boom.
Betty boop. Making a day in the world today.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to all the shit. Does anybody else have anything else to say before we wrap this episode?
No, we'll see you guys next week.
Fucking A. But thank you, everybody who tuned in and continues to tune in to our little show here. We have a lot of fun producing it. And I want to thank everybody and tell you to like, comment, and subscribe.
And sponsor us.
And thank you to our sponsor, the Rip and Ship Arena, for our generous donations. I believe next week we're going to be getting a Pokemon Go card set to open up Japanese cards, so it's going to be cool. Wow. And mostly going to be the Pokemon that we know from the original 151.
Do you have any Pokemon cards still, Rob?
I got rid of all my Pokemon cards years ago.
I still got my holographics. I got rid of everything else.
You got to see what they're worth. They might be worth something.
I'll bring them next week if
Talk to Prano. Prano's got that story. I mean, and if you live on Long Island, the Rip and Ship Arena does buy and sell collections of cards, so... they're really your source to go. You can get them online. You get stuff shipped to your house. They run a really cool business over there, and like I said, they're going to be donating a set of Pokemon Go Japanese cards for the episode next week. But if you enjoyed the show, let your friends know. Like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been the Break Room Podcast. May the force be with you.
Always.